Guys, deluded. YouTube's Lucas Torreira. Obviously, we lost to Manchester City on Sunday. I wouldn't say it's an upsetting defeat because on one hand I got a lot of positives, but on the second hand, no one likes to lose and all of them things. But moving on, Socrates and specifically Mustafi. Now, Mustafi, I must admit, I've told you guys. You guys know me. I've sat here and backed him, and I've made sure making a point when he's played good for periods of the season. I like Mustafi. He's my sort of defender. Away from the criticisms of him, he's my sort of defender. He's aggressive. He's vocal. That's my sort of defender. He's decent on the ball. When he came to Arsenal, it was thinking, all right, cool. He's the centre half. You solidify yourself. Long term Koscielny replacement. A competent partner for Koscielny. And then if we're honest, he has been that. But by the same token, he hasn't. So he's been here 2 years or so. We don't know what we're getting with Mustafi from game to game, and how can you really have any real confidence in him? I'm not trying to get him. These are just the uncomfortable truths. But based on the season, if you're going into this season, he's got the most to prove to the fans and to a degree. He probably questions himself seeing a centre half come in, rumours of a centre half come in. Probably if you're looking at pre-season, he did feature quite prominently, but you would be forgiven for thinking he might not start the season. Based on the Manchester City game, I've got to give him praise and Sokratis. Now, I've told you guys before, I'm not going to sit here and berate Sokratis purely because he wasn't the centre half I wanted and he's an underwhelming name. And if I had the money, I wouldn't have signed him. At best, I'm going to give you a chance. Hopefully, you're competent and consistent. Pre-season, he was really scaring me. Boreham Wood, you guys have watched pre-season. Couple games, he looked a bit shaky. But them two Manchester City team, they looked alright. Mustafi, couple moments of madness, but generally calm on the ball, composed. Helped Bellerin out a lot, screened and covered. Wasn't really phased by being in possession. Didn't do any of the dumb stuff in regards to concentration. Sokratis, there's not really anything you can say you saw from Sokratis or did anything wrong, so that's a good thing. He's a bit quicker than we thought, and I thought, to be honest. We knew he was a street smart defender and could read the game well. Probably calm down in the challenge a bit more, but I think he did alright. And if you're honest, being an Arsenal fan, if you look at our centre half pairings or whatever, it don't look good. Like, you're not confident in our centre halves when you put them on an individual basis. And even a pairing of Sokratis and Mustafi does underwhelm. But if they're going to be competent and consistent like they were against Manchester City, I don't want to draw conclusions, then it's good. I felt they needed their own vid to hold them up because I believe with it being Manchester City and Arsenal, Emre's first game, Guendouzi, however you want to pronounce it, many different things, a lot of things were lost in it, and I felt Mustafi and Sokratis had a decent game. Bellerin, I felt the application was there. I probably was a bit too harsh on him in my player ratings watching the game again. I felt Bellerin was... I still hold him. He's not to blame by himself for the goals. Everybody had a hand in it. But as a right back, I was watching him with a degree of cynicism. So I do think... I'm not going to say Bellerin had the worst of games, but on the basis of application, he did all right. But back to the two centre halves, I think they did all right against Sergio. Again, don't get it wrong, Sergio sprang them a lot of times. Sergio did his thing, and if on another day if he has a shooting boots, it's a bit peak. But I felt they deserve praise, man, because they're two people. Maybe not focus on Sokratis a bit. Mustafi's one of them. You're thinking it could be the end. If you don't convince, you're gone. People try to sell you allegedly this season. You're at a crossroads in the sense that I'm sure you want to get back in the German squad. You're not young anymore. You need to solidify yourself and become a consistent and reliable defender. And the last 2 seasons at Arsenal, you haven't been that. You've shown it in patches, but you haven't showed it consistently to the level where man can trust you. Ironically, he's fallen off now, but probably the last centre half that showed us any sort of consistency or reliability was Koscielny, from when he came to now and his development and stuff. And to a degree, Mertesacker. In fact, Mertesacker, in regards to Arsenal, he's probably probably an underrated centre half that we've had, to be fair. Obviously, his lack of pace and all of that's relevant, but you get the point. But I've got nothing more to add on that front, so all I can say is, I just thought they deserved to be held up, man. Guys, deluded, getting a comment, subscribe, and do the rest. I'm out.